There we go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Almost Awesome Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sam Nicholson, joined alongside by Mark Weens,
Hello.
Taron Owens,
Yellow.
and the man with the red hair, Daniel Moxey.
Hello.
So basically, if you didn't know already, we're a weekly podcast that gathers hosts from all corners of the globe to talk about your favourite topics from beer and food to games and comics and all things in between. So we might as well get this started. So the first topic for today, a game came out last week, Batman Arkham Knight. Have any of you guys played it, or...?
I'm yet to play it, but I definitely will play it.
I can't play it because, PC Master Race fucks up for once.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one too. I've actually got to play a little bit of it. I haven't bought it. I'm actually not the big Batman gamer when it comes to my girlfriend is though, and she loves it. She loves the combat with it. She loves just the storyline and how they go with it. I don't know. I think that when it comes to the Batman games, I think it's pretty well received so far. A lot of people are enjoying playing it. I've seen a bunch of people that are just about at 100% completion, and the main gripe is, as Taryn said, the wonderful PC aspect of it and how it's broken.
Broken isn't the right word. It's non-existent. They've taken it completely off Steam now, so it just doesn't exist.
How bad was it where they had to pull it from Steam? I mean, cool, because Steam just put in the refunds, right? Where you could 2 hours and whatever playtime, you could refund it.
Yeah, if you've played it for sort of less than, I think it's less than 2 hours over a 14-day period, you can refund it, no questions asked. So Warner Brothers is pretty much saying to everyone now, go and get a refund. This game is not worth your money, which is unprecedented. Like, that's something no major company, I think, would ever think of doing.
I think that's my favorite thing I've seen from all this is that they've just been like, yeah, this is rubbish, so everyone go and get a refund and we'll make it better. Then you can get it.
But who's going to go after it now, though? If it got released like that and, broken to the point where it's been removed and they've told people to refund it, is anyone going to trust it when they re-release it and actually go out and re-buy it?
Possibly, because they're being so honest and straight up front, saying, this is broken, we goofed up, we released a terrible product. People are going to trust. People may, pretty much. But people might trust them when they actually re-release it and say, here's something that works. You can play it now.
They are going about it the best way, but I think the funniest thing I've seen regarding this whole thing, it was in one of the gaming forums I'm in, and a guy posted probably like the night before it released, I just spent a heap of money into this big new PC rig to play this game. I can't wait to, finally get my hands on it when Steam releases it. And then, it's broken. By the time he goes to play it, he's dumped all this money into a new computer. Yeah. It's so unfortunate. But, I don't know, I think Rockstar are going about it a pretty good way in taking it off, making sure they fix it. Did I say Rockstar?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do apologize, Rocksteady.
It's okay. Rockstar had their horrible opening too with Grand Theft Auto, so easily to mistake that one.
True.
Yeah. But I remember you saying last week, Sam, that you bought the game pretty much half an hour before the last show. What do you think of it so far?
I'm still yet to complete it because I spent a lot of time away from home sort of since it's come out, but I really like it. Personally, it's my game of the year so far, and better than the rest of the Arkham games, which are games that I've really fallen in love with. Lots of surprises, and if you're a DC Comics fan, specifically a Batman comic fan, there's a lot in there for you, lots of Easter eggs and stuff like that. It really is the whole sort of package. My only gripe with it originally is that at first they really do shove the Batmobile right down your throat, but sort of after the first couple of hours of the game, I guess, there's a little less of it. It's more, there's only the Batmobile if you want the Batmobile to be there, really. But the Batmobile is great. But no, I'm really digging that game so far, and it's beautiful as well. The best looking game I've played on PS4 yet.
So what was the issues with the PC launch?
I honestly don't know. I haven't looked too much into it. All I know is it got put up on Steam saying here you can buy it, and I think it was some crazy amount of people bought it, or had it pre-ordered, like people do with Batman games. And then a few hours later, it was taken down and said, it doesn't work. It's broken. It's not optimized. It just, crashes.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently there were lots of crashing issues. There was like people on their, $800,000 million gaming rigs was having frame rate lags and stuff, and you know, that's pretty bad considering, your $400 Xbox can play it fine.
Yeah,
Yes,
even on PS4, it isn't flawless. A couple of times, I've had the frame rate slow right down. The gamer has crashed on me once, actually, on PS4. But, yeah, so it certainly doesn't run perfectly by any means, but clearly not as bad as PC. To take it off the store, that's unheard of. It must have been horrible, but so many
Or
games are
maybe,
coming out these days just unpolished on day one.
or maybe it was only having slight frame rate lags on PC, but because of the PC Master Race snobbishness, they decided to take it down.
No,
Well,
no,
I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it might stem from, when it comes to an Xbox or a PS3, for the most, or PS4, sorry, they're pretty close to the same thing. I mean, they might have a different issue with maybe the RAM or video card for a little bit, but with PC, there's a wide range of variety of configurations that it could be. I mean, that could be an issue there where it might have been optimized for an NVIDIA card or Radeon, and maybe not optimized for the other. It could be an issue there. I mean, that's always been my issue with PC gaming is you've got to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, and by the time you put so much money into it, if you've got one part that might not be what they might have tested this thing out with, you could have a problem there.
Yeah, it's not quite that bad, I don't think. Yeah, if you've got good parts in your computer, it's not going to be an issue with what brand they've optimized for. Because if you have a GTX 980 Ti graphics card, that will run anything. Doesn't matter if they prefer AMD.
Yeah, with a
Except
980.
it probably won't run Batman.
Well, from what I've heard, it actually will. Like the 980 Ti. Do any of you watch Total Biscuit's videos on YouTube at all?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
a little bit.
he's got a absolutely jacked up PC. It's dual 980 Titans, 32 gig of RAM, everything, and he says that it runs it's playable on that PC, but that's like a $4,500 PC.
Yeah, playable. Not that it runs good. Playable.
That's
Playable.
playable on a $4,500, $5,000 PC. That kind of points out
Cool.
exactly what your problem is with the game. It's got more problems than Assassin's Creed Unity had on launch, and that had many problems.
Yeah, it did. But no one seems to be as up in arms about it either.
Well, it's because they took it away and were like, go get a refund.
Yeah, but it
That's
could also
true.
be because Assassin's Creed games come out every year, and people are used to it now. People
Well,
are
they
used to
didn't
not being
man-
able to play it for 6 months.
They did mention at E3 too that they messed up on Unity, and that the next one, hey, we realized we messed up. We're gonna fix on this next one. And like you said, it's annualized, which a lot of games are going that way now. And I don't know if I like the annualized
No.
platform.
I don't
I mean,
know.
I don't like annualized at all. I would prefer it if they did, I don't know, like, if we say with Call of Duty, if instead of, putting out a new game every year, they did a map pack every year, and, every 3 or 4 years put out a new game, I think it'd be a much better series. 'Cause
Probably.
it's just sort of grown every time another one comes out.
And when you look at
Are they going to come up with, like, hyper-advanced warfare or something? Now with
Oh,
cats.
I think we're gonna go back to World War II and stuff like that, and revert back. The past few Call of Duties haven't got me at all. Like the one that I still love to play is Black Ops 2, and everything from then on just I don't know. The gameplays seem broken or not fun.
it's just the same thing every year. And the problem with the annualized games, not so much with Call of Duty, but a lot of these other ones, is a developer has, over the year, say they have 9 months to actually develop it. 9 months to develop a AAA game like that just isn't enough.
Well, Call of Duty is a bad example for us right now because now there's 3 studios working on it. There's Treyarch, Activision, and Sledgehammer. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad example. And even then, even Assassin's Creed, they've got multiple studios working on it. At the same time, the Call of Duty games, for the most part, you haven't seen them have issues. But you look at Battlefield. Battlefield,
Oh,
what was it,
geez,
4? was
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, Battlefield 4. Yeah.
I mean, and most people are saying because yeah, they put it out, and that's an annualized thing too. They're going up against Call of Duty, but people are saying that the reason that thing was so broken is because most of their focus was being put on hardline.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't know. Like I said, Call of Duty, having different studios work on it. If you're going to annualize something, that's the way to do it. And they all have their own thing, their own flavor for it, and the game works. Now before they had a 2-year development cycle. Now they each have 3. So, I'm okay with doing it that way. Assassin's Creed though, it is the same game. The last Assassin's Creed I played was 2. I think it was 2, and it was the
That's
same
one.
thing. I bought Black Flag, got into it, started playing it, and I was like, yeah, there's ships, but it's the same game. I'm doing the same things. It's not fun anymore. And that's I don't have a whole lot of time to play games, so when I do play, I want to get that fun out of it. I want to get the most out of it.
Yeah, but that's the same problem with all the Ubisoft AAA games are like that. Like they all seem like they're essentially the same game, just reskinned. Like you look at Fallout, the Fallout games, they seem to just be the exact same sort of thing as Assassin's Creed, just with a different coat of paint on it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. But
I mean, yeah, you make a point there.
So
the thing about annualized franchises, they're so popular now because of the consumer. It's the consumer's fault that they exist because people still buy them. Like Ubisoft is going to make a ton of money off all of their Assassin's Creeds coming out every year because that's like in November. That's one of the huge releases that a huge majority of people are hanging out for every single year. So even if they half-ass a game, they know, oh, this year we're making a ton of money off Assassin's Creed. I don't know. That's my problem with it. If people stopped buying annualized franchises, then they might die off a little bit. But that'll also never happen.
I don't know. The question is, how well will it do this November though, with Fallout 4 coming out as well?
I was about to ask the same thing. I mean, there's been a big push lately too for people to stop pre-ordering games. Because they've been broken. I mean, most of the games that have come out recently have been broken on release. At the same time, I don't like pre-ordering a lot of games. And this year, they got me. Fallout got me because they put that stupid Pip-Boy in the stupid thing. And I missed it. Dude, I swear to God, you guys saw the post I made. As soon as I got it, I bragged about it. And I'm like, as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, why? Why did I do this? But it got me. I think that little bit extra. And I'm not a pre-order person, I'll wait till it comes out. I'll wait till the reviews hit, and then I'll put my buy my game that way. And I don't know, like this one just it got me. I think the lack of it being available was part of it too. I signed up for the Amazon Watch. My phone went off while I was at work. I pulled my truck over from traffic on the freeway to go on Amazon and pre-order this game. And then had to tell my girlfriend, hey, listen, you're going to see a $132 charge on the account. Don't worry. We'll pay it in November when the game comes out. And she's like, you paid $132 for a game? And I couldn't justify it. But yeah, I did. I bought it.
It'll be justified in
my phone.
When you pull that Pip-Boy out of the box in November, that will be more than justified.
Oh, I'm cosplaying. Like that right there. I'm going to cosplay as someone from the vault for the next 4 or 5 years. I'm just going to add something else to it. That Pip-Boy is the main part of it.
So you will be pulling it out of the box. You will be pulling it out of
yeah.
the box. Unlike some of these other people that are saying, keep it in the box, put it in the shelf, and leave it there and sell it in 25 years.
Yeah, no, I've never been one of those. Like for a while, I liked having the different stuff on my shelf. Like I was one of the guys that bought the Halo Master Chief helmet. And I opened it. I put it on my shelf. Grand Theft Auto, when it first released for GTA 4, I bought that one. Special edition, came with a lockbox, and I opened it. And I use this stuff. I enjoy the different stuff to get my hands on, play with it, and enjoy it. The Pip-Boy, I plan on sitting there on my couch with my Pip-Boy on my arm, my phone in it, and using it as I play the game. I mean, yeah, the people that are going to turn around and sell it for later, hey, good on them, but I just don't have that self-control and that restraint.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like with Amiibo in Nintendo.
Amiibo.
People buy hundreds of the same Amiibo, and they'll keep them in box. But there's a little reflector thing in each amiibo case which stops them from being used. And I just don't have that kind of restraint. I only have 3 amiibo because I'm not a hardcore collector. Um, but I use them.
Yeah, I've got 2. I've got 2 amiibo, and I've got one. I bought one for my girlfriend, but I mean, yeah, I think Skylanders is when they first put them where you could actually use Skylanders in the box. And one of my buddies, he was doing that where he just went crazy on Skylanders. He bought every iteration of it and used it while it was in the box. And I can't. If I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna use it.
See, but if you can do it that way, why would you not just buy it, put it on the thing, get the stuff from it, take it back and get a new one, get a refund?
Because the way the games work, like for Skylanders, you had to have it on this little portal pad for it to actually be in game while you used it. I mean, that's amiibos. You can scan it and set it aside. It doesn't have to be on this pad because they don't have anything like that for it. But the Skylanders had to be on the pad. But going back to what we were initially talking about with the pre-orders and stuff, people are still pre-ordering games even without the extra stuff. I'm guaranteed as soon as they announce Assassin's Creed, people went on Amazon
of course.
pre-ordered the game. Even after Unity. We hear a lot of other people talk. Hey, speak with your wallets. Vote with your wallets. But there's so many people out there that are so invested in them that they're just going to keep buying them. So just like the remasters, we're going to keep getting all these remasters. We're going to keep getting all this other stuff because people keep buying it.
They're making money. Why stop making things that are going to make money?
Yeah.
I don't know. But with annualized franchises, though, I think the way I want to see it go is, you release one game and then sort of have a subscription model where, things are added to it and you pay, $40 a year and you get all the new content sort of thing.
I mean, that would be a good idea for it if they had enough content. Destiny's trying something like that, but they're releasing the next expansion for it, but they're also doing things on the
storyline expansion, where they actually put a storyline in the game.
They'll never put a storyline in that game.
Oh, but I want to know more about the Dinklebot.
The Dinklebot.
Destiny could have been so good.
It should have been so much better. Look at the studio that gave it to us.
That's right.
I would love to see what happened there. Why? Because there had to be more fleshed out. There had to be something else there, and something had to hit the fan, and they just didn't put it in there. There's got to be a big story behind that.
There has to be, because even at E3 previews and stuff, there was stuff in those demos that never made it into the final game, like mentions of other planets and stuff like that, and all this concept art, leading up to the release, probably like, a year before the game ever came out. It's like the developers, Bungie, they were saying, all this stuff is certainly going to be in the game. It's going to be this way, rada. And then, the game comes out, and it's probably like 40% of what they promised. I don't know what happened, but...
Did you just rada?
I did.
Really? I mean, do I need to start calling you Schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Don't understand the reference.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
I also don't understand.
Yeah.
Have you guys? Do you guys not watch cartoons at all?
Yeah. Which one?
Chowder.
No, I don't watch.
I haven't even heard of it.
Oh my god. So there's a character. It's a show called Chowder. It's taking place inside of a guy. His name is Mung Dal. Inside of his restaurant. He makes food for people. There's a character in there who's made of rock, who's called Schnitzel, and he talks, and all he says is "rada." Rada. That's all he says. And I swear to God, I thought you were making a reference. And now I feel like an idiot because I watch all those cartoons. Thanks.
I have seen Chowder before, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
so... pretty much when it first came out, years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, but, man, see, I was so excited there, too, because I love watching little kids' cartoons and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm not the only one, but...
There's nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them. You watch Adventure Time?
I love Adventure Time.
That's a great show.
Yeah, Adventure Time... And then the one that, Steven Universe is another one that my girlfriend and I have been watching a lot of.
I don't think I've seen that one. I don't know. I
Yeah.
like the regular show.
My girlfriend hates the regular show. She says it's
Oh,
too
really?
it's too bro for her.
Too pro. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Back on topic with the pre-orders though. I have a different perspective on the pre-orders. I think if I ever pre-order a game, it's a game that I know I'm going to play regardless. For example, like I did pre-order Arkham Knight, but for me, I don't pre-order it for the bonuses or anything like that. I do it as a way to pay it off, so that it's not a huge lump sum at the given date. I mean, I had that game paid off ages ago, like months ago, and I just see it as a way, quick, easy installments rather than, on release day, dump $110 into it and have a big chunk out of my bank account on that day. I don't know.
Right.
I've always just seen it as good for that.
Well, the one thing that gets me about pre-orders that it didn't happen. At least I didn't think it happened until recently, within that past couple of years, where every distributor had its own like bonus you could get. You order from GameStop, you get this. You order from pre-order from Best Buy, you get that. Amazon, you get this. I hate that. I really do. Like,
So
I
you've
mean,
got to
there's-
pre-order 3 times to get all the content.
yeah. They did it with, I think it was Call of Duty did it once, where you pre-order through GameStop and you get this gun. And you order through Best Buy and you get this, camo or whatever. But yeah, you'd have to pre-order from all 3 just to get it.
That's such bullcrap.
Oh, I agree.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, you guys probably don't have a lot of those there, do you? Like, you probably, I mean, you got the one stop for where you get all your games from, don't you?
Yeah,
EB
pretty
Games,
much.
yeah.
There are a couple of other places you can buy games, but there's no Harvey Norman exclusive or anything.
What
No,
the
there's
hell's a
not.
Harvey
The only
Norman?
pre-order bonuses you get would be from EB Games, without a doubt.
Wow, you guys still have EB Games.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a fancy
It's
world.
the only video game-centered retailer that we have.
See, I don't know. There's times I get to talking to you guys and I forget how different things are. The ESRB ratings, the fact that there's certain games until recently you guys couldn't have because of the ratings.
Yep.
And then I think me and Sam were talking about the other day, like your beer is completely different too. Like
Yeah,
just
ours
the
actually
alcohol
tastes
you
like
guys
beer.
have there. Oh, come on. All right. See, that's not fair. that's not fair. Have you been out of Australia, Daniel?
I went to India, but I was underage then still.
Well, all right. So yeah, but the drinking age there for you guys is 18.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for us it's still 21. Like I can go to war, I can vote at 18, but I got to be 21 to drink. I don't know.
That seems silly.
Oh, it's ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong. No one follows it in the military. Like when we go in and stuff, no one listens to it. We're just told, hey, don't get in trouble. But even then, underage drinking is a big thing here. But I'll say this: the American beer, it's not the greatest. I get to travel around a lot and try beer from a lot of different places. In fact, one of the beers I have in front of me right now is a Lucky Buddha from China. And
Wow.
yeah, the bottle is actually in shape of a Buddha. It's sacrilegious depending on your religion there. Makes
Yeah,
it taste
I
that
always
much.
thought Buddhism was against alcohol. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I think they're as much against alcohol as the Mormons are against Coke. I mean, yeah, you're not supposed to put it in your body, but they'll sell it and own the Coke pints out here.
Yeah, that's very true. There's money to be made there. But wow, that's really cool. A sort of Buddha beer. I've never heard of that.
Buddha beer.
But we don't have Buddha beer. We don't have anything really special like that here. We've just got the most plain bogan beers. I don't know. Like, are you familiar with the term bogan?
GB, mate.
No, never heard of that in my life.
Okay, so a bogan is, Crocodile Dundee, right?
Oh yeah, crikey.
Yeah, here's a bogan, like someone who's super, super Australian, like pretty much the Australian stereotype.
So he drinks
Okay,
Boston.
where-
Australian rednecks. Australian rednecks is what I think.
Oh, essentially, yeah, Australian rednecks. Wear what you guys call flip-flops and shorts and have a barbecue and ride a kangaroo to school and, yeah, I don't know.
No, mate, still kids.
So he's the guy with the dingo that ate his baby.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, yeah. So we just have like the most bogan like redneck beers here. They're super plain and cheap, but most of them are pretty good. Like
Oh,
there's this one Carlton Dry. It's my go-to beer, and you just can't go past it. Like, and then whereas if I have something like comparing Australian beer to a Heineken, a European beer, I
Mm.
really just can't stand European beer. It sits differently in your stomach. It tastes bad. I don't know. I just can't
Heineken is
stand
one
it.
of the most disgusting things I've ever drunk.
Nothing
Wow,
wrong with
really?
Heineken. Heineken's great.
I,
What?
I did not like Heineken at all.
So, all right, here's the next question then, because people drink their beer differently. Different countries drink it differently. Is there certain beers you guys have that is definitely a warm beer over a cold beer?
No,
No.
everything's cold.
Well,
If you
Cold
drink
is
it,
the only way to go.
if you drink it warm, you have many mental issues.
apparently I've got a couple mental issues then. Damn.
If you went
Oh,
to
I
a
mean-
bar, I don't think you could actually get a warm beer.
Yeah, you would be
Like,
looked at funny.
no, I don't even know if they would offer you one. I've never seen anyone have a warm beer.
Yeah, I've never seen someone have a warm beer.
No.
It's weird.
Well, sometimes it's just it's based on the beer itself. Like Oktoberfest, a lot of the beers they serve there are warm because they go through so much so quick that they don't have time to chill them. And I've had some warm beers that actually don't taste too bad. I know it sounds really counterintuitive, but it wasn't horrible. I mean, and I was just saying, I got a mini fridge next to me that's stocked full of beer. My beer has to be cold. If it's too warm, I won't drink it. And it was really good. Like, I was surprised. But Heineken, so Heineken for you just is a no-go for Daniel and Sam.
Yeah, certain
Yeah.
no-go. Most
I mean, I
European
know
beers
people
for
who
me are
like it.
no-go.
I know people who like it, but I don't, basically.
Oh, it's very popular.
It's a great beer. Another one that's
Well,
really nice is the Corona.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
wow, Coronas make it that far.
Yeah.
Yes, it's one of our
Coronas are
premium beers.
huge.
It's premium.
Corona
Yeah.
is a premium beer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Wow,
But
not so much here. Like that Corona is just one of those things where, hey, I'm gonna go down. It's the Bud Light of Mexico.
The
Hey,
Bud
I mean,
Light.
it's-
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it's wow, that's crazy.
Budweiser
It's
is something we
literally the
don't get
bloodline
here,
of
though.
Mexico.
So all right, so then if the beer is that different, what about the rest of the alcohol? Like, what is a go-to like Australian alcohol, or is there one?
beer. That's
Just
beer.
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 Beer is.
Goon. Do you know what goon is, Mark?
What's that?
Do you know what goon is?
No.
That's also an extremely bogan thing. It's basically what all the, what you'd call college students here go to. It's like super, super cheap wine. You could buy it's $10 for an entire box of wine that tastes absolutely disgusting. But yeah, it hits you really hard. And it comes in like a foil sack.
Oh yeah, we have
Like
box
a
wine here.
sack out of a box. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got box wine here. You're fancy when you put that thing on the edge of the table and just pour it right there. I mean, that's a good night right there.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
That's
It's
exactly what
so
it is.
bad.
Yeah. We just call
we've
it
got
goon.
Yeah, we've got something here called Boone's Farm, which it's fruity. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's fruity. They call it wine, but it's anytime you go to you go to like a college party or there'll be girls there, you always bring them Boone's Farm. I mean, it's right there with the Smirnoff ices and stuff like that. It was very classy affair there.
I think it should be
Also,
called
it's sarcasm,
Boone's
right?
Oh no, that's we're fancy, okay? I mean, I would not put sarcasm in this. I want people to understand how good Boone's Farm really is. It's
Oh, really? Oh, because goon is probably like the least classiest thing you could drink. Oh, man.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. But no, there's not really anything that's go-to here that isn't beer. Beer is really the Australian drink. And especially every state here, a few states, we certainly don't have as many as you guys, but they all sort of have their own beer, their main beer. But I don't know, what else would people drink? Like, if you're going out for a classy drink, probably a whiskey or a rum.
Vodka.
Yeah,
I'm a champagne
vodka for
person.
parties
I
and
quite
stuff
like
like that.
champagne.
Well, when I was talking to Sam about this, I think it was a couple weeks ago. You know, when we talked about beer, and I asked him about Foster's, and he hadn't heard of Foster's.
No, I've
It's
heard of it.
not
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
particularly huge thing in Australia. That's a bit of a stereotype. I've never actually seen a thing of Foster's,
No.
ever.
But Foster's is Australian for beer. The commercials tell me that. They wouldn't lie to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's something every Australian has heard of, but it's something that's a rare sight.
That's wow. That just blows my mind there. You know, I figured I'd go down to Aussie. You know, go to Sydney. You know, find me a kangaroo and ask him for a Foster's. That's how that goes, right?
There
Oh,
aren't
that's
very many
fantastic.
kangaroos in Sydney.
No,
They're
they're
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's
Come on,
Australia.
don't lie to me. It's Australia. I mean, they walk through your houses like the cows do in India. You know, they're sacred, right?
Okay, the cows in India thing is true though, because when I went there are cows everywhere.
And they're sacred too. I mean, you know, they get to do what they want. They can stop traffic. Funny story is I've known this. I've heard this before. My girlfriend took me to a Indian restaurant out here, and it was buffet style. And you go up there, and not even thinking, I'm looking at the different dishes, and I ask her, "Where's the beef?" And she looks at me and just gives me the most disgusted look, like I was messing with her, and I was serious as a heart attack. It took me a couple minutes to realize what I just said with where I was at. I just, you know, just didn't click at the time.
There's an Indian restaurant where we live, and it sells beef vindaloo. And when I
Really?
came back from India, I realized how weird that was that they serve that. Because you're not meant to eat it at all over there. I mean,
Right.
I went to a McDonald's in India, and they don't have Big Macs. They have the Maharaja Mac.
No, see, now
And
you're
I
fucking
kid you
with me.
not, it is way better than a Big Mac. It is so much better.
Well,
Yeah,
what
but
is it?
It's like chicken, I think, and it's got all this like spicy stuff because it's Indian, and it's so good. Loved
The
it.
Maharaja Mac.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, but-
that's like word for like king or something.
Yeah, but Big
It's
Macs
a
these days
chicken
aren't actually
Mahar-
Big
It is
Macs.
a chicken Maharaja Mac. Wow. Double layer of grilled chicken patties slathered in a smoky sauce. That actually sounds really good.
It is so good. I loved it.
Wow.
I was like, man, I wish our Macca's was Indian. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You guys like do you have like nicknames for McDonald's over there?
Yeah, the big one is Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Mickey
Right.
D's.
I feel like I've had this conversation before.
The
No,
word
go on.
Macca's just rolls off the tongue. It's
Oh, Macca's is
fantastic.
great. Macca's is the best way to say it. You can go to Macca's, bro.
Macca's.
Yeah.
Macca's.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess I mean with the accent maybe, but first it'd be you're going to Macca's. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work, but
No,
Mac-
it doesn't.
Macca's. I like that. No, that's clever. I don't. I guess there's different things. I mean, there's a couple places that have nicknames for it, but how far has Western culture got over there when it comes to like a lot of our fast food places? I mean,
we don't have of the ones you have over there that I know of. We don't have like Wendy's. We don't have Chick-fil-A.
Isn't it Chick-fil-A?
I don't know.
oh, it's one of those things. It's Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A, I mean, you say either any one of those ways, and people know what you're talking about. That thing is, I don't know. Their political views, be damned. They're amazing, and we don't have any in Vegas. Like the food is great though.
What else? We don't have Taco Bell or Taco Bell. I would
Taco.
kill for a Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah, he's the only person I know who says taco.
Yeah,
You are not. No, I mean, Taco Bell sounds like a good idea until you eat it and you get home and you just think about what you just put in your body.
Sawdust. It's like
Yeah.
sawdust on a taco.
I mean, we have the thing is about like I don't know. Since I travel around a little bit, and I think I've gotten spoiled when it comes to just food. Like I mean, yeah, there's Taco Bell and fast food places, but there's other like there's a Roberto's is a big taco burrito joint. It's a chain that like I can get a burrito that's like a pound or 2 pound burrito for like $5.
Seriously, that's amazing. I
Wow.
love
Yeah.
burritos.
I mean, they have them with you can put French fries in them with carne asada. I mean, it's just and it's really good. And just I mean, and I found my favorite places to get some of my food from, like the fast food stuff, is the Roach Coaches. Just a food truck.
All right.
Yeah.
See, those are very rare to see here. A food truck. I mean, you'll see them at events and stuff like that. Like, say, if you were to go to, a football game or something like that, there'd be like fast food trucks set up all over the place. But
Right.
just around town, even in the cities, you'll never see like sort of little food stalls or anything like that. You'll see like a McDonald's on every corner in the middle of Sydney. Well, not on every corner, like in all the shopping centres and food courts and stuff like that. But no, like food stands and
literally
food trucks are
places.
sort of
There are
very
places
few
in
and far
Sydney where there are 2 McDonald's across the road from each other.
Yeah, there's quite a
Isn't
few of
that
them
ridiculous?
actually.
I mean, it just seems like that's just a waste of money.
Yeah,
I mean, just to have that close.
Usually it's on a highway, so if you're going into Sydney, you can get McDonald's. When you're leaving Sydney on the same highway, you can get McDonald's and not across.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of American right there. Just throwing it out there. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy to think of I don't know, a lot of people that are so used to a certain culture one way, and to think that you guys aren't that far off. I mean, with the fast food places where they're at and things like that. The one thing that still gets me is you guys get, like I said, until recently, you guys your games. Some games you guys couldn't get, right?
Yeah, because of the restrictions and, not rated because it's too violent or whatever.
Is that the same with certain hardware, or could you guys always get like when something was released in Europe? Was that released for you guys too, or are you guys in your own bracket because of that?
We usually got the same sort of hardware. Like, most of it's sort of, like, we're in the same, pretty sure we're in the same region as Europe, the PAL region.
Okay.
So we pretty much get the same sort of stuff as they get. It's just release times is usually quite a bit different.
Well, like for us right now, Yoshi's Woolly World for the Wii U.
Yes.
That's out for you guys, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we get that till October or September, October.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've teased a few of my American friends about that. Even though I haven't got the game yet, but
You're a bastard.
Just because you have the option to get it and choose not to.
hey, you guys get so many things before us. Like, remember, I mean, not that it was that great, but the last Hobbit movie, you got it like a month before us.
Well, yeah, we're America. We're supposed to get it before everyone else. We're like the greatest nation in the world, right? That's how it goes.
Just don't.
I think that's what you guys told me before.
Jesus. Although,
So-
to be fair, we're starting to get things earlier than a lot of places, depending on it. Like the most recent, the new DS, that came out here. After Japan, we were the first country in the world to get it, which was something different.
We've also gotten every single Marvel movie before America has.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Avengers before you. That was great.
Yeah, but it's the Avengers. It's not that good. I mean.
Jesus.
Oi.
Here we go.
If I had known
Alright.
if I had known that we had it before the Americans, I would have, gone see the movie and then gone on to discussion boards and spoiled it.
Well, maybe go
Wow.
to Game of Thrones, because I know you guys don't get that over there until you guys pirate it. So
No,
I'll go into Game of Thrones.
No, we
But
finally got it
everyone's-
live.
Everyone pirates Game of Thrones, yeah. No, we still get every episode same day as America.
Just you have to pay for Foxtel, which is
No, like even the torrents are up same day.
Oh, the torrents are up before it's even played in America.
Yeah.
It's disgraceful.
Wow.
Like I can
Well-
remember when the latest season started, they had the first 3 or 4 episodes up like before the season even started, and I just watched them all.
Yeah.
So you guys said you got the new DS though. You got it before we did.
Yeah, we did. We got it. Like you guys got the start of this year, didn't you?
Yeah, we just barely got it maybe a couple months ago. The new, and we only got the XL version too. Like there's 2 versions of it. and we only got the new 3DS XL.
Yeah, ours was like November, I think. I think that's when we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it for ages.
Oh,
There's
how,
nothing we can do with it.
do any of you guys have it?
No.
I
Yep,
have it.
I've got the new 3DS XL.
How is
Oh,
it?
when'd you get that, Sam?
That's the one that I got probably
Oh,
nearly a
wait, no,
month
you
ago.
did tell me about this.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
don't
it's
have
really
a
good.
memory.
I love it.
Yeah.
Um,
I got the Majora's Mask one, which I love. I just need to buy more games for it because all I bought for it was Majora's Mask.
Nice.
What do you mean you bought?
And
You
that's an
with Majora's
example.
Mask?
What was that?
You said you had to buy Majora's Mask. It didn't come with Majora's Mask?
Yeah, that was weird actually. The Majora's Mask Special Edition DS was just one with nice artwork. You still had to buy the game.
Wow.
wow.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that seems. I mean, you look at every other package thing that like PlayStation, Xbox was doing, and
But it
comes
wasn't a
with-
bundle. It wasn't a bundle. It was literally a different artwork 3DS.
Well, no, but you look at the Halo 5 collection, or the Master Chief Collection Xbox, limited edition Xbox, came with Master Chief Collection, or the Halo 5 Xbox are going to put out. It's going to come with Halo 5. It just seems like if you're going to have a themed console, I mean, I've never heard of another console that's done a themed console and not come with a copy of the game.
That's true.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
even the Pokemon DSs came with one of the games, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
So with all the new hardware coming out, I mean, the 3DS XL just hit us. You guys have had it for a while. I mean, they've announced what the consoles are going to get bigger hard drives and stuff. I think the biggest thing that was shown that I saw that was kind of a shock was the Elite controller for the Xbox. Like, I know most of us here are PlayStation guys. Me personally, I do like the feel of the Xbox controller with the PlayStation. Like, I've seen some posts about that. But with this, the Elite controller, I don't know. I've never used one before. I mean, I know there's like the Scuf controllers or the Razer controllers. $150 it's cheaper than the Scuf controllers. I might get one when I get my Xbox One.
Yeah, Oh, sorry, Sam.
I was just going to say, I've got a Scuf controller from my Xbox 360 back when I used to play Halo competitively, and I wouldn't say it was worth the money I paid for an actual Scuf controller. With this Elite controller having a bit of a discount, I think they're totally worth it. If you're taking multiplayer games seriously, like if you're going to play them competitively and actually need an edge, that's certainly worth the money. But to me, if you're not into competitive gaming at all, it's really not worth it. It's just going to do the exact same thing as a standard controller, but for nearly twice the price. Or
Yeah,
possibly
like
more
I'm
than
not
twice
going to
the
buy
price.
one. I am definitely not going to buy one because I don't need it. My Xbox gets a small amount of use, which will probably increase when I get Arkham Knight. But yeah, I can't help but feel like the standard controller is good enough for what I use anyway.
Honestly, it just seems like these Elite controllers, like these ones in the Razer Sabertooth, the Razer controllers, they seem to just be like the mechanical keyboards for consoles. They're the things that are meant for premium, high-quality people that are playing competitively, as opposed to just everyday, normal use.
Well, you said that, Sam, that you had a Scuf. How much did you pay for your Scuf?
I would have paid probably 150, but that's Australian dollars, so.
Yeah, the conversion. So you're sitting probably close to 200, right?
Yeah, probably.
Currently our dollar's lower than yours.
Right. So I mean, like, if you paid 150, you figure it'd be about around 200 for us then in American.
No, I'm thinking I
yeah.
paid in US dollars. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. I got you. I went the wrong way.
Yeah, no, I got it
So-
online. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it ended up being around 150. I don't know. It was a few years ago, probably around 2010, 2011 maybe when I got it. But it still works just fine. It's really good. But with Microsoft releasing a first party one that you can replace parts with and whatnot, if all those parts and that are easily accessible, I think it's a really good idea. But the market for it is tiny. I'm not really sure why they've done it because, you know, when you think about it, what use are you going to get out of it? Like, what games are you actually going to get an edge, using that controller? You're not going to get an edge playing The Witcher 3 using an Xbox Elite controller. Whereas,
Or
for the few people who are going
get
to
the
jump
Call
onto
of Duty
Call of
quick
Duty,
scopes.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the quick scopes. Everyone wanted to get into the phase clans and MLG, but
Nah, Optic, man.
yeah, Optic. Yeah, that's it. For the few
Xbox
people
Pro
who,
controllers, Illuminati confirmed.
yeah, that's right. For the few people who are actually like into their competitive gaming or wanting to break into the scene or anything like that, sure, there's a lot of use for it. But if you're average Joe sitting on the couch playing, I don't know, Skylanders or whatever, Grand Theft Auto, there's no use for it at all. I don't understand why they've made it personally. Where third party, sure, third party people making some special controllers can bump up the price because you can't get them anywhere else. But first party, I'm not really sure where Microsoft is coming from.
I think you hit a point there. We were joking about, getting into optic and phase and stuff, and I looked at the SCUF controllers for the Xbox One. They're going for like $250 before taxes. And I
Wow.
looked at, yeah, they'd come up. And I looked at, the Xbox Elite controller. The fact is that like a lot of the stuff when it comes to the buttons and the actual triggers that they have on there, they're all magnetic. So you can pull those off, put new ones on. You get the extended things on there, and for me, I never saw the value in getting a full SCUF. I took one of my old controllers. Like the one thing that I really like is the trigger stops. And I took one of my controllers and I, went the ghetto way as we call it, and I put self-tapping screws in the triggers to where they would stop where I needed them to, and I saw improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, Halo 5 got announced. There's a new Call of Duty coming out. Rainbow Six Siege is coming out. I mean, depending on how they market it, I could see it. And you figure if they get, all these pro players that people are trying to, people watch. Esports and e-gaming has come a long way. People watch them. People are, trying to get into FaZe Clan, trying to get into Optic, all this other stuff. And if they find out, oh, hey, Optic, this Optic player, he uses the Xbox Elite controller, and it's cheaper than the SCUF controller, they might have to save a little bit more, but 150 sounds way better than 250, and if they think that's gonna give them the edge, maybe that's what they're going for. I mean, maybe they'll start using it for the MLG, the MLG games instead of using the actual, SCUFs, one standard Xbox Elite controller. It's not a huge market like you said, but they had to have seen something to put it out there.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe even if they don't sell too many, they could be making a huge profit on them. They might not be too expensive to make, and they're selling them for that, $150 price point. But the edge that a controller like that does give you is immense, actually. Because I remember, when I was playing Halo 4 competitively, playing, like, practicing so much a day, et cetera, et cetera, like, when I was using a standard controller, sure, I'd go alright, but when I finally got my SCUF, when you had everything customized, you found yourself more accurate because of the longer sticks and the trigger stops. Your fire rate is like as good as it can be. It really does give you a huge edge. I think that is something that a lot of kids will buy into when they watch Optic in their MLG, Call of Duty, whatever, playing in these huge events. Sure, it could take off there, but they actually do work. That's the thing. I think a lot of people think it's just going to be a gimmick. But from where I've come from using customized controllers, they work, above and beyond.
Beyond.
Yeah, beyond.
Well, here's the next thing that I don't know if anyone's touched on and talked about. At one point in time, is that cheating? I mean, you say it changes the game that much, but you play online and you go in against someone that might be going like MLG. They have a bunch of MLG game battles. It was a huge thing. Someone that has that control, you have a whole team that has the money to buy those controllers. If it changes the game that much, at what point in time can that be considered an unfair advantage in cheating?
Well, it's not an unfair advantage if everyone has the same opportunity to go and buy a controller. It's open for anyone.
I mean, the opportunity, yeah, but the means, maybe not.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, that's like everyone has an opportunity to go buy a Lamborghini. Doesn't mean everyone's going to go and buy a Lamborghini.
Well, here's another one. Counter-Strike Go. I don't know. You guys familiar with Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah, I played massive amounts of it. It's a great game.
Okay, so you've run into people that you can easily tell they're walling.
They're
Or-
hacking, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone has the same opportunity, but because this one guy is doing it, is that the same? You know, because he's changing the game for him, giving himself an unfair advantage, but everyone has the same opportunity to do it. Everyone could go on and get the same hacks and get the same, bots to put on there. Aimbot and stuff.
That is a very good point. Yeah.
This is a good point.
I mean, like, clearly the controllers aren't going to make it as if you're hacking, but you will certainly have an edge over everyone else, especially if you know what you're doing in the game and you know how to use the controller that's in your hands. But yeah, no, that is a very good point. It's something I've never really thought about. When I play Halo Online, just in public matches, I'd still be using that controller. I never really considered myself cheating, and now that I think about it, like, it actually was a very unfair advantage. My fire rate would end up being quicker than everyone else. I could jump around or aim better. Accuracy with the longest sticks and everything is an incredible. Like, you're way more accurate with the longest stick because you have so much more room to aim. I don't know. Yeah, it is actually an unfair advantage now that I think about it. So that could actually be a reason for people to go and buy that controller even more.
Yeah, they dropped the price point, So honestly, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked by 14-year-old kids online and stuff, So I might drop the extra money if I want to play Call of Duty, and I might get that controller and use it just for, my first-person shooters. Like, I still have my 360 controller with my trigger stops that I put in. I still have that one that I only use for Call of Duty and things like that. That was something that I thought about a while ago when I first saw the Scuf controller. Yeah, it's cool, it's great, but to me it seemed like it could give like I said, if a team went in and had it, that might give them an unfair advantage for it. But the idea or the fact that Xbox is understanding who their audience is and putting something else out there, that's pretty cool. They have the announcement that backwards compatibility is coming. Something that was said at the beginning of both of these consoles' life cycles that was supposedly impossible. I think Xbox kind of brought it around and is understanding where they need to put their focus on more. I think Phil Spencer's doing a really good job.
Yeah, Xbox now is becoming what Sony was in 2013, with all the announcements and everything. Like, Sony back then were the people playing to the game, or the hardcore fans and everything. Whereas Xbox, I think, is more so that way now than Sony is. But back to the controller though, I think with multiplayer games, in the end, I think it always comes down to knowing the game. Positioning on maps. Like, for example, with Halo, knowing when the power weapons will spawn, routes through the maps, and all that sort of stuff. With a controller, sure, you have a little bit of advantage, but I still don't think it outweighs someone who knows the game better than someone else. Who's practiced it, they've put the hours in, all that sort of stuff. It's sort of like in the NBA, if someone had, I don't know, some sort of special shoes that'd give them a bit of a spring in their jump, they still might not beat someone who's been playing basketball for so many years, who knows how to defend, where to position themselves, who to pass to, all that sort of stuff. That's the sort of comparison I'd make.
That's a really good point. Like, that is actually a really good point. You have to practice with the control you have just to get it down. I'm pretty sure if someone were to throw the controller in my hands on day one, I wouldn't know what I was doing. And yeah, map, knowing the map, knowing your points, that's got to be a big thing too. So, no, I admit, valid point there. I'm still gonna get a controller and practice with it so I can beat all the 14-year-olds. I'm seriously tired of getting called names and stuff because they're better than me. Oh,
My life will be fulfilled when I can beat 14-year-olds on the internet.
Dude, I got a full-time job, so when I come in and play games and I get my ass handed to me, it's not fun, So, yeah, whatever I got to do to win, I will. Taryn, I believe you had a question for us tonight. Is that correct?
Yes, we've got the trivia question for the week. So, so if we just go back to the Batman for a minute, Mark Hamill, he's been the voice of the Joker in all the Batman games, in the recent Batman
voice
games.
Too. Very great.
The best Joker.
Beautiful.
Such a good Joker.
So the trivia question for this week is, Which of the following games has he not provided a character voiceover for? We have Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, Darksiders, Dark Cloud 2, or Dark Chronicle, depending on where you are, or Batman Arkham Origins.
Ooh.
Mark, did you want to go first?
Yeah. Well, I think. Well, Batman. I think of course he did the Batman Arkham Origins. I'd have to say. I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Just because I've really never played. I played Darksiders and Batman, but I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts.
Yep. Okay. Dan, Moxie, do you want to go next?
Yeah. I reckon Arkham Origins. I have a funny feeling it's gonna be a trick question.
You're a trick question.
You're faced with a trick question.
Damn.
No,
Fair
banter.
Sam?
To banter.
Well, I believe Arkham City came out, and Mark Hamill said, "This is going to be my last ever rendition of the Joker. I'm retiring after this." After Arkham City comes out, Arkham Origins came out, and Troy Baker voiced the Joker. So I'm going to go with Arkham Origins.
Damn, really?
Yep, you would be correct. You and Moxie would be right. It was
You?
Batman Arkham Origins.
Yeah, I knew that. I was just trying not to tell people the actual answer.
Oh no, see, no, you guys set me up. I know you guys, you three Aussies set me up and made me look like a fool. I see how it is, man. You guys are in cahoots.
No,
That's
see,
exactly what it is, the conspiracy to bring down the Americans. From
See, the
inside.
problem is I
One-
haven't got one right, so.
The
One
Australian
podcast at a time.
Australia naughty.
Australia naughty.
Australian.
Jesus.
Kangaroo confirmed.
Yeah, that's it.
So you guys do have koalas for each person, right? That's like an issue thing there. Like you guys have a koala and a eucalyptus tree in each household, right?
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
issued a koala at birth, and that's your koala to take care of.
Yeah. When you grow big enough, when they grow big enough, you can ride them. Yeah. They're like
Those marsupials. Those things are so awesome.
marsupials are amazing.
Weird though. Like, oh, there's a pouch. Isn't it? Oh, I forget where I read this at, but a joey, right? Kangaroo joey will actually spend like the first year or two in the pouch.
Yeah. In fact, they're born very prematurely, and they go and latch themselves onto an inside nipple of the pouch, and they will stay attached to that nipple for several months.
Man, that's just
Because
wow.
Australia is weird.
Nature is weird, man.
Same way Australian babies are born.
Wow.
You
Jesus.
learn something new every day. I'm gonna use my this knowledge and impress my friends at work.
Hey man, did you know Australian kids just like latch on to their mum's nipple for a few months? Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
Well, on the note of nipples and babies, this has been an awesome episode, guys. Yeah, thanks for joining me. So we might as well wrap it up now. So Mark, where can we find you when we're not listening to you on the Almost Awesome podcast?
I am on Twitter at Hellgast702. I'm also Triple V Hellgast Triple V on PSN.
Fantastic. And Taryn?
I'm on Twitter at TaranOwens108. I'm on Steam at Overpowered Cake. Don't ask.
Sorry.
Why is the cake overpowered? Sorry, I had to ask.
No, you have to, right? I mean, come on.
I honestly don't know. I was mucking around in Counter-Strike
Because
with a
it's a
couple of
lie.
mates one night, and
The
it
cake,
just
the
comes up.
cake is a lie.
Exactly. The cake
And
is
overpowered. It's an overpowered lie, god damn it.
pretty much.
Ugh.
That's about it. Moxie?
I'm on Steam at Fuser. I do not have Twitter.
Get a Twitter. Get with the times, Daniel. Come on.
Oh, I hate Twitter. It's just inferior Facebook. Seriously, all these other social networks are just, they perform one function that Facebook incorporates into its many functions. Like
Do you really-
Instagram is just photos.
Do you really need more than 140 letters though? Like, if you can't talk in 140 letters, there's a problem.
No, see, I think he's just angry because he still has MySpace.
Oh right, you're a little
I
behind the
don't-
times.
I don't have MySpace.
Bebo?
I
No.
had a Bebo once.
The first and last social network I got was Facebook. Oh wait, I technically got Google Plus, but that's
You're forced to have Google Plus.
Is Google Plus really a social network? I mean, really?
yeah, it is.
Google would
You,
like
you
it to
can
be.
use it like Facebook. It's less intuitive and it's like mandatory.
And fewer people are on there.
It's like the North Korea of the internet.
Anyway, where can we find you at?
So you can find me at Twitter on @SamuelNick. That's SamuelNich. I really don't use Twitter though. It'd really be a waste of a follow. I might jump on it again at some point. But you can also find me on PSN. It's the exact same name, @SamuelNick. Obviously without the @ on PSN though. Yeah, definitely add me up, especially if you play FIFA. I'm running out of people to play FIFA with. Everyone's dropping off it. But yeah, that's where you'll find me at. Anyway, thanks for joining me for the podcast this week, guys, and I'll see you all next week. Au revoir.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Sweet. Good job.
Nice. Fun, dude. I'm loving this. Like, I've been on 2, and it's been
awesome.
great.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's great.
I mean, we went from beard and nipples, man. Like, just
The two greatest things in life, I tell you.
Nah, that was a good episode. I enjoyed that. Although,
Oh, yeah.
were there any jetpack dog moments?
No, there wasn't a jetpack dog moment.
No, the kangaroos was pretty close. The kangaroos comes close.
What's a jetpack dog?
Did you listen to episode 2?
You haven't
No,
heard
I
the
don't-
jetpack dogs?
Listen
I don't
to
think I
episode
did.
2. It's
Oh my
beautiful.
Wow.
So, how did we get onto the subject? We were talking about
I think it was
mods
Fallout
that would
4
really like
mods.
to see, and then I think Brad said he'd
Brad.
really like to go through The Witcher as a dog with a jetpack, and you can still have all the same dialogue with everyone except the only thing the dog actually says is like woof and rough or like wag tail and stuff like that, but it still has the same the same consequences. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
Anyway,
Well,
I should
yeah.
probably head.
yeah, I still haven't eaten dinner yet, and it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Ouch.
Wow.
I still haven't eaten dinner yet. It's like 20 to 7.
Fucking mouth, god damn it.
Jesus.
Well, gentlemen, it was fun. Whenever you guys are ready, like this time, do you want to try to get some more shows just added up in the bank?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, name of the episode should be beer and nipples. I think that's
Yeah, that's the only name I can think of.
Alright.
so
How about
So-
how about this time in 2 days?
yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
So for you guys,
Yeah.
it'll be Wednesday,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can do that this week and next week.
Yeah.
Yep, sweet.
Sweet.
Yep.
Cool.
We
All right,
also have
guys,
to get
well,
Desi on at
I-
some point. I think
Yeah,
Desi's the last
yeah,
one not to get on.
Yeah, she definitely wants to talk about Splatoon. Like she had the day off, and I think she said she was gonna get laundry done, and I think laundry got done-ish, and most of the time she was on Splatoon.
Nice.
That game is amazing. That game is so good.
Oh, she loves it. The only thing that bothers me about it is I want to play co-op with her on multiplayer, and it won't let us.
Yeah.
So
There's no local multiplayer, which is it's very unlike Nintendo, and
yeah,
that annoyed me
I
a
like
bit.
Mario Kart. Well, I like Mario Kart. The one thing that kind of bugs me about Mario Kart 2 is you've got the gamepad, you've got the TV. If you're playing online or playing multiplayer, why can't you have player 1 on the gamepad and player 2 on the TV?
Man, local multiplayer is becoming a thing of the past, which is so sad. Like, so many games
Although-
these days just don't have it, or they're only 2-player.
It's becoming
Although
expensive.
Nintendo with the Wii U has been very good. Like Smash Brothers especially, there's 8-player. It's awesome.
That seems like too much going on the screen, though. Like,
Have
Oh,
you
if
tried
you
the
have a 60-inch TV.
Have you tried 8-player on the DS?
oh, what the, no, I don't even have a DS
It
yet.
does-
Do they have
it's
8-player
not
on the DS, or is it 4?
No,
They
it's
don't
only
make it on the
4-player.
DS.
Ah, damn. Because I remember playing the 8-player on the Wii U at an event I went to at the start of the year with one of the developers and a couple of other guys there, and it was just absolutely crazy.
I just
8-player was just nuts.
it's such a tiny screen.
All right.
All
Well,
right, guys. Well, I'm out.
need to head off.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to you
I'll
guys
have
later.
dinner as well.
Taryn, do you wanna edit this one, or do you want me to take care of it?
I'll do this one after I finish the other one, which I'll
Bye.
hopefully do tonight. See you then.
All right.
So,
See
yeah,
you, Dan.
And then, do you want to do the one we do in a couple of days?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that one.
Sweet. Yeah, but if you want, I can jump off the next one if you want, and Desi can take my spot. But yeah, if she's
We'll
free.
see if she's got to close. Yeah, usually she's free at night too. I guess what she's up to. What I'll do too is I've sent Sam the info for the YouTube account.
Yep.
Have him forward it to you. That way you can upload it there. I'll upload episode 0 tonight or tomorrow morning with the edit and with the song in front.
Yep.
I'll let you guys know when it's up. Just listen to the front and tell me, if it's too loud or whatnot, so I can go ahead and get that through. But
I'll send you the archive.org stuff as well, and let you know how to upload it there, so that we can get the. If you look on the blog, I've got like a play button there, so you just click the play button, it actually plays it straight up.
oh, cool.
So I'll send you that through with some instructions on how to do it, and
Awesome.
then we'll go from there.
All right, guys.
No worries.
Bye.
Catch you guys later.
see you guys.